What was your reaction after watching the film?
Tulala. There was twist after twist after twist na parang biglang hindi ka na makahinga and then kaya tulala na parang kailangan ko siyang i-process. Parang ganon.
And then, na-feel ko rin na itong film na to, it's such a personal experience. Kasi
Interesting.
it tackles your belief on what you choose to believe in, whether or not sinasapian ba talaga siya ng monster.
Pumalakpak ako, pero sabi ko, pero confused ako eh. Parang ang saya. But, what the did I just watch? 1, 2, Sarang! Oh!
Wow. Annyeong. This is Pia.
Annyeong! This is Monica.
What's up, everyone? This is Drency, and welcome to a spooky episode of 1, 2, Sarang!
Sarang!
Yes! Alam niyo kung bakit tayo nandito today? Because it's a very, very happy Hallyuween episode!
Yeah!
So sa ating mga Sarangbaes dyan, happy Hallyuween sa inyo! And as
Happy
they say,
Halloween.
and as they say in Korean, happy Halloween.
Halloween na.
Halloween
May
na.
EU sa dulo.
Oo. Can I just share mga 20 million times kung pinakinggan yan sa Google? Para makuha ko siyang tama. It's happy Halloween. Yes. Kaya yan.
Halloween,
So, alamin na rin natin yung mga Sarangbaes para pag pumunta kayo sa Korea on a Halloween, you know na how to greet people. And they will say,
Yes.
oh, she's a local. Yes. Yun ang goal.
Sure.
Sige na nga.
Pero, bago tayo pumunta mismo sa Halloween topic natin today, meron muna akong tanong para sa ating girls at sa ating mga Sarangbaes. So, ito ang aking scenario para sa inyo. Okay? Mumultuhin kayo.
Ayaw!
Destiny niya.
Bakit?
Destiny niyo eh. Nakatagayan sa bato. Namumultuhin kayo. Pero may choice kayo kung paano kayo mumultuhin. Okay? So,
Okay.
itong tanong ko para sa inyo. Would you rather na magpakita sa iyo yung multo ng isang gabi lang, pero face-to-face? So, kitang-kita nyo sa kanila. Kitang-kita nyo sila. Okay? Or, magpaparamdam lang sila sa inyo. Magpaparamdam siya. Isa lang siya, ha? Hindi mo siya barkada ng mga multo.
Hindi naman siya OT13.
Nakakatakot! Ang mga K-pop idol ghosts.
Sumakanta din sila. Sumasayaw.
Oo, sumasayaw. Ayun, magpaparamdam siya sa inyo for 7 days straight. Pero paramdam lang. Yung mga, may mga nahulog na baso, makikita mo sa corner ng eye mo, ganyan. Pero for 7 days straight. Okay. So, sa inyo girls, anong pipiliin nyo between those two options?
I am team paramdam.
Team paramdam.
Okay lang sa akin. Medyo sanay na rin ako sa mga madaming mga paramdam. Lapitin yata ako sa ganyan. Ayoko makakita. Scared.
Pia, may something ata sa likod mo.
I know! It's my friend. The lesbian ghosts from Jongan's apartment. Bilang wala si Jongan doon. Dito sila.
Kailangan niya ng kabonding na iba.
Oo. Lumipad pa talaga sila, ha? All expense
Kasi
paid
sinabihan
by
ko sila ng
Hive.
Happy Halloween.
Oo. No. It's happy.
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 Halloween.
Halloween, yes. Simon, what's your choice?
Man. I think gusto kong yung one time, big time.
Okay.
Para
Ano
tapos
naman?
na. Kasi parang yung times na nakaramdam ako, medyo intense. At ayoko nang makaranas ng ganun ulit. So parang,
Okay lang makakita ganyan, no? Lips to lips.
para
ganyan.
new experience. Wow.
Ano ka na? Traumatized ka na talaga for life.
Oo.
Oo. Tutuhanin natin to. alam mo, sobrang pasok sa banga sa ugali ni Monica din yung choice na yon, no? Kasi parang si Monica is alam mo yon, like,
A challenger.
Oo, challenger, di ba? Tuduhin na natin.
Hindi. Duwag po talaga ako, please. Game lang naman to, di ba? Theoretical question.
Game lang naman. Yung bungo pala sa likod ni Monica, bungo lang yan. Fake yan.
May
Fake,
skull.
Ang pangalan niya, Bridget. She's nice.
Bridget. Fancy naman.
Ikaw?
Fancy naman ni Bridget. Ako siguro same kami ni Mon. Kasi parang, one time, big time na. Kasi parang feeling ko hindi ko kakayanin yung psychological terror ng 7 days straight of pagmumulto. So parang,
ayaw mo ng
siya.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Ayaw mo.
Gumigiling
siguro
din.
kung merong
tas may
holiday
abs.
special si Jungkook. Ganda. Tapos nakasuot siya ng skull makeup. Pero yung abs niya buo pa din.
Oo, kailangan.
Diba? Kahit kasi feeling ko si Jungkook, kahit nakalansay siya, may abs pa din siya.
Oo. Yun yung last na mawawala sa kanya.
Oo.
Hindi mawawala, girl. Yun lang yung matitira. Kung may makita yung abs na lumulutang, si Jungkook yun.
Si Jungkook yun. Hindi yung ngipin. Di ba ngipin yung last daw? Hindi.
Correct, oo.
Abs.
Yung abs. So, ayun. So, kami ni Mon ay one-time, big-time girlies, no? Pero sa akin kasi, ayun nga, yung psychological terror nun, yung hindi ko kinakaya. As in, just like, parang sa utak ko yung maglalaro yung fear. This brings me to the film that we're gonna be talking about today. So, we're talking about a Korean film. It's a much acclaimed film na pinag-usapan talaga nung lumabas siya. It was also shown in Cannes. And talagang, at matagal na pinilit ni Mon na mangyari talaga tong pelikula na to. 1 year, I think.
Right?
It's been years. Oo, talagang
2 years?
every Halloween biglang may suggestion na, can we do this film? Ganyan. And finally, nangyari na rin
Eto
po
na.
siya. Eto na talaga siya. Okay. So, ang pelikula na ito ay The Wailing.
Jum, jum, jum.
Happy Hallyuween. Ayan. And actually, sobrang thankful na pinili talaga ni Monica na mangyari ito. Kasi, wow, what a trip. And ang masasabi ko lang sa mga nakikinig sa amin ngayon, mga Sarangbaes, and sa mga nakita lang kami dahil nagkaroon kayo ng interest sa pelikula na to, you will be in for a great time. Kasi we'll be talking about so many things. Kasi itong pelikula na to ay hindi lang po siya your cookie cutter horror special, no? It goes deeper than that. So, alam niyo naman how the drill goes. We have questions na kailangan namin sagutin, of course, because that's why we have a podcast. Wow! So, ano ba itong mga tanong na to na pag-uusapan namin today? Of course, I want to know kung ano yung mga reaction ng girls sa film na to. So, what was the reaction after watching the film? And then, as I have mentioned, this film is not your cookie-cutter horror flick. As in, it is completely outside of that box. So, what elements of this film make it unlike the typical horror movie you have seen? At effective ba siya? And why or why not? Ayun. And, as I mentioned, we will really go deep into this film. And, we are going to be talking about the reason behind the director's intention of making the film. So, he said that this film came out of his experience with some personal deaths. So, girls, what are your thoughts on how death and misfortune were portrayed in the film? Ganong usapan tayo. Medyo malalim tayo ngayon. And then lastly, of course, to wrap it all up, yung movie na to is meant to be intentionally ambiguous. Ay, big words. Intentionally ambiguous. But if there's one part of the film that you want some clarity on, what would it be? So, obviously, dahil ito yung pag-uusapan namin, there will be spoilers in this episode. So, sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood ng The Wailing, go check it out now. It is on YouTube, but you have to buy it though. Hindi siya available on the streaming platforms that we have right now. But you can buy it on YouTube. And where else? Where else can we get it? Wala na ba?
YouTube, basically.
YouTube
Pero
lang,
if
no?
you guys have
Parang,
VPN, it's available
Yes.
in Netflix USA. Doon ako nanood.
Dun siya nanood.
Oo.
Correct. So, yun. But I feel like even if you pay for it, sobrang worth it siya, guys. It will
Yes.
really, it's a conversation starter. Ayan. before we get into our conversation, to yung mga thoughts and feelings namin about it, let's get down to the facts first. Alright. The film is called The Wailing. Ayan. Hindi yung pag nasa boat ka, magwi-wail ka. Hindi. As in wailing, as in when you like, wail! Ganon. Okay. But in Korean, it's called goksong. Alright. So, ang goksong actually is also where the film is situated in. It's a small town in Korea, a real actual small town. Small town din siya actually nung director. That's where he said that he spent a lot of his childhood days in. Kasi nandun yung lola niya. But goksong also means wailing in Korean. So, you see how it all kind of ties together.
There's a town? Why would they name a town after iyak?
I know.
Diba? Interesting. So, baka meron tayong
What's
theory
the
on
history
that.
behind that? Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Diba? So this film premiered in May 2016, so it's actually been a few years already, and it was shown first in Korea, and then shortly after, it was also shown at the Cannes Film Festival as part of their out of competition category. So when it was shown, it actually received a 6-minute standing ovation. So talagang palakpakan yung mga tao sa na to, and deserved talaga. And I think din kasi yung director din kasi nito has also done like previous movies and talagang magaganda rin sila. So, maganda yung track record ng director nito na pag-uusapan din natin later. So, on the box office end naman, not just as a critically acclaimed critically acclaimed.
Biglang namumula background natin.
Correcto. It wasn't just a critically acclaimed film, it was also commercially acclaimed. Ano nangyari sa words natin today?
Commercially.
Okay. Commercially. It was also commercially acclaimed. So, when it was running, it grossed over $50 million on its 10th week. And as of current, it is number 55 in the list of highest grossing films in South Korea. So, talagang sobrang, alam mo yun, it was really a popular film, not just for the mainstreams, but also for the Cannes people. Yun. So, talagang siya. Bigatin siyang pelikula. Okay. So, maisip nyo, ano ba tong Wailing na pinagsasabi niya? Alright. The Wailing is a South Korean horror thriller that unfolds in a quiet rural village where a mysterious illness starts spreading, leading people to commit gruesome acts of violence. Jonggu, a local policeman, is drawn into the chaos when his own daughter becomes affected. Desperate to save her, he turns to a shaman for help, leading to a series of chilling events that blur the lines between good and evil. Ayun. Very, very juicy ang ang setup na to. Okay. It was actually written and directed by, as I've mentioned constantly, Na Hong-jin. So this director is actually parang really highly regarded in Korea. And this is considering that he has only done 4 films. So this guy,
Ever?
si Na Hong-jin,
Until now?
ever. Oo. So si Na Hong-jin actually, he didn't start in film. He started in advertising, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, sa mga nakakilala kay Na Hong-jin, but he started there. But he, in the late 2000s, he decided to pursue talaga his real passion, which is filmmaking. So he started with the film The Chaser in 2011, and this was also shown in Cannes. And imagine yung first film
yung debut
niya.
film niya? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Debut film niya. And talagang nag-Cannes na siya. It was critically acclaimed. Ang dami niyang napanulunan na awards. And then, after nun, he had The Yellow Sea. So, this was a few years after na. And then, after The Yellow Sea, The Wailing. Ayan. So, as you can see, it really takes him a while to start on films. The Wailing, actually, it took him 6 years for it to be released. Kasi, I mean, as also the writer of it, I think dun talaga siya natagalan because he really took his time to really flesh out the story.
Yeah,
and as
to
you can
develop,
see,
yeah.
and as you can see, talagang it really, made sense for him because like all the films that he put out, maganda talaga siya. Of these, yung The Yellow Sea, yung medyo hindi as regarded, but it was still, right up there.
Pretty up
So,
there. Yeah.
ayun. And then the last film that he did is called The Medium. So this actually partnership with the Thai director of Shutter. named Banjong Pisan Thanakun. Okay, so para siyang mockumentary style siya. So, ayun. And maganda rin yung reviews ng film na to. He has a film currently in the works. It's called Hope. So, wala pa siyang release, but we're hoping it's gonna be soon. And can't wait to see it, diba? Since
Anong
pinag-usapan na
genre?
natin.
Kung nakakatakot ulit, parang matagal, 2 years ulit, bago
2 years ulit. In fairness, yung The Wailing is his first horror. Yung The Chaser and Yellow Sea are both thrillers. So medyo dun siya pumapaling. Medyo mas thriller
so
guy
thrillers
siya.
nga. Thriller.
Oo.
Okay.
Mas action thriller rather. Parang mas ganun siya. So wala naman tayo itong mga jump scare. I hope. Pero hindi natin alam kasi nag-the medium siya eh. So, diba? And Shutter, oh my God, Shutter is one of my favorite horror flicks. Man,
I
as in,
know.
of all
I
time.
want to watch it.
I love it. Grabe. Still
I
up to now.
traumatized my young cousin because of Shutter.
Oh, really?
I'll never
Pinanood
forget
na?
that film.
Kaloka.
Cannot.
Oh my God. Okay. So, quick na lang. Just to point out, yung cinematographer nito is actually the cinematographer of Snowpiercer. So, his name is Hong Kyung-pyo. So, diba? Kaya ang ganda-ganda rin ng cinematography ng film na to. Okay. So, now we get to the cast. Okay. So, very specific lang naman yung mga cast members natin dito. We'll focus on 5 of them, yung mga talagang tumatak sa atin. So, the first one, of course, is our leading man. His name is Jong-gu, played by Kwak Do-won. So, he is a policeman, a bumbling policeman who spirals into paranoia during this film. So, this guy, actually, he's not that popular. I think, based on my, what I know. Kasi parang hindi ko siya masyadong nakikita. But his works include, yes, his filmography includes The Yellow Sea, so he was there as well. Nameless Gangster, Rules of the Time, The Attorney, Asura City of Madness. So, medyo on the thriller end
Puro
din
films.
siya. Puro film siya, yes. So, medyo naglaylo siya actually the past couple of years because he got into this drunk driving scandal in Jeju. So, pero ngayon, he has a new film in the works. It's called Firefighters, and it will be out in December.
Okay.
Ayan. But he's, a pretty capable actor, I must say. Okay, next one is The Stranger, the Japanese man, also known as the Jap. So, one of the villainous, quote-unquote villainous characters here. He is played by a superb Japanese actor named Kunimura Jun. And talagang yung filmography nito medyo intense. Yes. He was in Black Rain by Ridley Scott, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh.
He was the guy who got his head cut off by Lucy Liu.
Oh
so,
my
kung
God.
natatandaan niyo yung
Iconic.
scene. Yes, super iconic. And sa ating mga anime fans dyan, he was on Attack on Titan 1 and 2. Yay!
He was?
Wow. Yes, the live
That's
action
the voice
version.
the live action.
Yeah. Okay, and he is also known as one of Japan's most hardworking actors. Fun fact.
Hardworking?
Hardworking si Sir. The only time he had only one film was in the year 1996. Grace!
Ano nangyari? Heartbroken ba siya nung taon na yon? Ganyan.
Siguro.
Ano meron?
Oo. Baka may pinagdadaanan siya.
Oo.
Na in love, tapos na Kaya isang pelikulang lang nagawa niya compared to his
Oo.
usual 3.
Oo.
Hardworking. And because
Yes.
of his portrayal of the Jap in this film, he became the first non-Korean and Japanese actor to have been nominated at the Blue Dragon Awards for Best Supporting Actor.
Wow.
Ooh,
So, clap, clap,
interesting.
clap for Mr. Jun Kunimura or Kunimura Jun. Okay. Next, we have the character, the Shaman, named Il Guang. He is portrayed by Hwang Jung-min. So, Hwang Jun-min can be seen in I, the Executioner, with Jong Hee-in. Actually, nakikita ko tong nag-round sa Netflix the past few months. He's also in Mission Cross. It's also on Netflix, still on Netflix. And he is also in Hunt. This is a film directed by Lee Jung-jae. So, he's worked with Lee Jung-jae as a director in his directorial debut. And we have actually seen him. Can you guess where?
We have?
Yes, we apparently have.
Oo.
Had.
Parang comedic ba yung role niya?
Hindi. Kasi yung film hindi comedic eh. So,
Movie.
Clue, film siya.
Hindi siya
Oo.
kay drama.
Hindi siya kay drama. He was in Kill Boksoon. So, meron siyang special appearance. I think siya yung asawa or something. Parang ganun, special appearance siya sa Kill Boksoon.
Okay.
Please check our episode on Kill Boksoon too.
Yes.
Check it out on Netflix.
Tama. Oo. That was also a fun film.
Yes.
Right? And fun fact, he's also a musical theater actor. Ayan. Okay, let's get on with the female in this, one of the very, very few females in this movie. The character's name is Moo Myung, and she is played by Chun Woo-hee. So, of course, we've talked about Chun Woo-hee because she was in The Atypical Family. So, we also have an episode on The Atypical Family. Panoorin nyo at pakinggan nyo siya, guys. She's also in The 8 Show, Delightfully Deceitful, Be Melodramatic. But ang highlight ng kanyang career as an actress was when she was in the film Han Gong-ju. So this was actually her first leading role. So she won Best Actress for this in the title role. So yun. So hopefully mapanood nyo rin siya kasi syempre we want to see all the great stuff that they've done. And lastly, the character that really made my jaw drop. Kasi ang galing-galing talaga mag-produce ng South Korea ng mga young actors.
Correct.
Hyojin. She is the daughter of Jonggu and she is played by Kim Hwani. Yan. So you can see her in Here's My Plan. This was in 2023. And When the Weather is Fine. This came out in 2020 where she acted with Park Min-young. Yeah, Park Min-young!
Oy! Hey, Park Min-young. What's up, girl?
Yan.
We miss you.
Nasa ka na, B.
Actually.
Labas ka na. And this wonderful, wonderful child actress, she won Best New Actress award. And she was also nominated for Best New Actress for her portrayal here in The Wailing. So talagang, grabe, as in, what a cast. Talagang ang sarap-sarap nilang panoorin. And what a director. Okay. So now that we are done with all the little facts that I hope got our listeners jumping to action to watch this film, sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood, getting all excited about this conversation that we're gonna have. Yes. So let's get on with our questions. Okay. So ibabalik ko ulit ang tanong ko kanina para sa ating girls. What was your reaction after watching the film?
Tulala.
Tulala! Okay. Yes.
After ko manood, tulala. As in, parang ang dami kong kailangang i-process sa mga nangyari. Kasi ang ganda nung build-up nung film. Like, yun nga. As in, you mentioned that some are even categorizing it as a comedy. I watched it with my husband, and my husband was also commenting na, mga pulis talaga sa mga school bukol lahat, no? Sabi niya. Correct. Lahat ng pulis na napapanood natin school bukol. In fairness, meron namang mga maayos. Pero yun, parang, ang ganda sobrang slow yung build-up. Perfectly slow, if that makes sense. And then all of a sudden, it was twist after twist after twist na parang biglang hindi ka na makahinga. And then, kaya tulala na parang kailangan ko siyang i-process. Parang ganon. And yun nga, parang mas ganito yung mga nagugustuhan ko na film na thriller nga. Ayoko kasi ng jump scare, and I love the fact na hindi siya puno ng jump scare. As in, mas talaga siya siya nga yung movie na, yun, yung tatagal lang sa utak mo after. So yun, that's why parang sobra ko siyang na-appreciate in that sense. And also, because coming from the last that we saw na medyo ganito din genre, which is Exuma, I feel like this did perfectly what Exuma wanted to do.
Yes.
That's my general feeling. Like, as a film in itself, it's complete. You don't have any other questions. You could accept the story as it is. But if you have a little background, if you understand a little bit of Korean history, now the experience becomes so much richer. And that's why I like this so much. As in, ito talaga yung parang, yes, Exuma, dito ka nag-fail. Parang yun yung sa akin, yun yung sa utak ko. That's how I'm thinking about it. Like, all of those allusions, parang I was trying to explain it to my husband na parang, sa Exuma kasi blatant yung Japan ganito, hinati yung Korea. Dito wala. Parang there's a Japanese man and then there's a Korean traitor. Parang ganon. And then, yung mga ganon. So parang, I love how that all came together and para lang, the ambiguity is perfect because it helps you really just think about it and absorb it. And I guess the director's intention is for you to think about it yourself. So, yun yung interpretation ko sa kanya na parang, okay, ang galing nung pagkaka-connect na parang yung thriller nila, laging i-connect nila sa history. Tapos, lahat no? Dalawa pa lang napapanood ko, Exuma tsaka ito. pero so far sa mga napapanood ko, may connection siya sa history. Actually, if I may, medyo parang mas malaki na to. Another thing that I was thinking about was, because coming from our conversation on Spill the Feels about how I was pointing out na a lot of Koreans are not so, they don't really make an effort to know what's happening outside of the world because feeling ko, based on what I observe, I feel like Korea is all about Korea. And I feel like this one is a perfect example of how they are all about their country and their history and how much it really affects them in the things that they could do with the stories that they could tell. Kasi tayo rin naman may experience din naman tayo sa Japan same. Like they also did those things during the war. They also raped a lot of women. Like, ang dami din pero, diba? Pero wala tayong ganong klaseng galit na parang sila, parang feel mong napaka-fresh and raw pa rin ng wound, which you could only get from really knowing and really internalizing your history. So, parang yun yung mga initial, masyado madaldal, pero yung mga initial thoughts ko na, okay, in fairness talaga na, that's one thing na admirable about them focusing on themselves because sense of history wala tayo kasi noon So, yun. Yeah, those are two things, I guess. Or
kumbaga
many
parang
things.
kung wala kang sense of history, parang how will you be able to mold your future then? If we're talking about like that political angle of it, but then alam mo yun.
It's forming your identity first. You have to know yourself clearly first before you venture out. Ang mali naman sa atin, puro na tayo pa-out. Asan yung tingin natin? Saan naman yung pagninilay-nilay natin sa nangyari talaga sa atin kung bakit ganito yung bansa natin. So I guess yun, that's one thing about Korea that always strikes me.
I love yung take mo doon kasi parang ngayon ko lang siya narinig about this film. So, I mean, and I guess that's why this film is so interesting na parang ang daming takes na pwedeng parang ma-discover after you watch it. So, ano ba ang take ni Monica now with that in mind?
You know, yung thoughts ko on the Japanese man, as in literally, ang thought ko lang doon when I watched it was, nako, Japanese man na naman yung pinaka nakakatakot na multo.
Mahirap i-shaman yan.
Correct.
Natutunaw sa Exuma, nako, malakas yan. Wala kayong talo. Gano'n.
Kailangan pa kayo mag-fly in ng bagong drum.
So parang, but yung sinabi mo nga about how, it's basically a reflection on how they feel on the Japanese, the history with the Japanese. So parang, this is making sense. Like, I guess, feeling ko, since we don't really watch a lot of horror or thriller films that involve Japanese culture or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if marami pa palang ganito. Kumbaga, consistent. Kasi medyo may pagkaganon din yung Korea. Consistent sila sa villain figures nila, kung ano yung masama sa society, ano yung maganda, blah, blah, blah. So, I wouldn't be surprised if may mga ganito pang characters in other films.
Correct, oo. But how did you react naman to this film after you've seen it?
Well, honestly, I was so surprised that I didn't get scared the way I thought I'd be scared.
Correct.
Kasi parang na-build up talaga to sa akin. As in, even from way back, kaya ako naman pinupush to kasi palagi ko siyang nababasa as one of the scariest experiences in film, blah, blah, blah. So parang, akala ko, I would be shocked. Like the way I'd be shocked in a horror film. I don't really watch much, but I get really scared. Pero I wasn't. So, hindi ko nga alam din kung dahil ba na-train tayo ng Exuma.
Na-train tayo ng Shutter.
Oo.
Na-train tayo ng mga ganung jump scare
talaga.
movies.
Kasi parang, syempre, hinimay natin yung shaman culture, like when we did that episode on Exo mga and stuff. So parang medyo, and this was this year lang, early this year. So medyo fresh pa yung thoughts natin, yung thoughts ko on that culture of Korea. And somehow, hindi ko alam kung dahil ba napanood ko yung Exuma, less yung takot ko. Kasi, nakakatakot ang concept of shamanism di ba? If you think about it. So, when they started bringing out the guns, aka, lumabas na yung shaman character. Kasi kailangan na nila ng tulong. Kasi, spiritual, acknowledge na nila na may spiritual something going on. And this is beyond medicine and science. And then, nakakatawa pa yung mga yung eksena, parang, may follow cam na sa zigzag road of the car and the shaman. Tas ang lakas ng drums and stuff. As in, na paano ako, okay, here we go. Eto na. As in, may ganun pa ako. Na parang, here come the big guns, ganon.
The big drums, rather.
The big drums.
Pero can I just point out very quickly na nakakatawa pa yung buong ng shaman kasi parang walang urgency on the part of like the family. Di ba yung si mother-in-law, may kilala kong shaman. Parang day 1, day 2, ite-text ko na ba siya? Parang gano'n. Parang ang tagal bago.
Correct.
Hindi pa natin gawin ito. Anyway, but perfect naman yung build-up with the drums and everything.
And then, na-feel ko rin na itong film na to, it's such a personal experience. Kasi
interesting.
It tackles your belief on what you choose to believe in, whether or not sinasapian ba talaga siya ng monster, whether or not pumasok din kasi sa isip ko parang, is this also commentary on racism or of sorts? Or
yes.
Kasi parang, ang bilis nila to blame na, there's a new guy who just came in the village. Siya may kasalanan nun. I mean, without them even thinking kung saan siya nanggaling or whatever.
Hirap pala lumipat sa Korea. Shit.
Diba?
Baka isipin nila, nag-hex ako.
Automatic
sila.
Ng aso, tsaka ng mga kandila.
Correct.
Tsaka camera.
Correct. Na minolta dahil Japanese.
Na minolta.
Correct. Sobrang exposure ng minolta dito.
Tawang-tawa ko doon. Diba? Siyempre, hindi pwedeng Kodak. Kailangan
minolta.
Anyway, so, yun, bigla na lang nagturo, ang bilis nila manuro na siya may kasalanan nito. So parang, wow, is this like a commentary on their culture as a people? Maybe. And then siguro, may onting personal experience din ako with one of the situations, yung nagkaka-rashes sila. Yung ganun. Because like, I had like a particular, not my own experience, pero meron akong, when we were working on the film Goyo, parang sinapian, hindi naman sinapian, pero parang what do you call that? Nausog niya, may isang staff, may nausog siya na something in where we were staying at. It's like this very, very old resort, as in pool resort, in the middle of my favorite place on earth, Tarlac.
Yes! Dinoland.
So many wonders.
Tapos, parang may, basta she disturbed something, and then she ended up getting rashes also.
Interesting.
Like, hindi niya ma-explain. And then sa level na, when she, kasi, so out of town, so nandun kami for more than a month. She went to the derma sa nearest city, etc. Parang hindi ma-explain. And then, kinuwento pa niya na tumawag na ako sa mom, tas yun nga, asking for help, kasi nahirapan na siya with her rashes. Nagpa-arbolaryo sila. And then, via phone lang parang...
Pwede pala yun.
I know, pero inexplain ni staff girl yung situation. And then, parang, sabi lang ni Mr. Albolario, meron ka bang, were you under a tree, like sometime, a few days ago or something, and then parang, did something happen? Basta, he was describing like a tree. And basically, na-admit niya na on the first few days that we arrived, basta she went to one of the mas malayong bathrooms kasi yung housing namin limited lang yung banyo. Kailangan niya nang magbanyo. And then, since it's like an almost abandoned space, yung pag-open, alam mo yung pag yung faucet, hindi mo na ma-close. Kasi, I don't know, maybe something's up na with the tap or something. So, the water kept on gushing and gushing na nagsistart na mag-flood yung yung bathroom. So she kept on screaming for help to help fix nga the faulty faucet. Pero no one was hearing her kasi medyo malayo yung banyo. As in, yung parang banyo yung katabi ng swimming pool. Yung swimming pool medyo malayo sa bahay. So she kept on screaming, asking for help, blah, blah, blah. Hanggang sa, na medyo matagal daw. Hanggang sa eventually, yun nga, someone helped her, blah, blah, blah. So parang sabi ni Albulario, most likely, yun. So,
kasi she flooded that area.
Oo. And it was a pretty quiet area and she basically disturbed the peace and probably there was a spirit daw in the tree. That's why rashes talaga attacked her. As in, sobrang malala. Siguro 2 weeks siya may rashes and stuff.
Wow.
So,
buti hindi siya naging zombie. Parang sa The Wailing.
At hindi naman umabot sa boils. But I saw the rashes. They were pretty harsh. And they were painful.
Damn.
Yun yung pinakamasaklap. Kasi they were painful. So, imagine you're working in the middle, I mean, it was like summer, tas ang init, tas may rashes ka pa. So parang, it was
and you
torture
do not know where the hell
talaga.
it comes from.
Yun din. Tas hindi mo pa alam kung anong nangyayari.
Parang,
Kung ano yung trigger, paano siya
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
So parang watching the film, it made you kind of go back to that experience.
Yeah, it really made me remember. Kasi parang, it was a physical affliction. So parang, dun nagsa-start yung thoughts, yung doubts, yung questioning na parang, ano ba talaga to? Ano ba anong nangyayari? Alam mo yun?
Correct.
Parang, may nangyayari ba? Parang ganon.
And all that thoughts.
Slowly siya nag-creep up diba? So, ayun, parang napaka-personal niya ng pelikula for me. And it leaves you nga with questions na, I guess, ikaw lang makakasagot. And like what you said nga, I love that it's ambiguous. Kasi, pwede mo siyang basahin, kaya nga,
pwede mo siyang
ambiguous.
balik-baliktarin.
Pwede mo siyang balik-baliktarin, pero tama ka pa rin. Parang ganun.
Oo.
Kasi,
exactly.
experience-based siya. Even belief, diba? Your faith. Iba kasi, iba yung, ang faith, ang belief naman, ibang tama sa'yo, depending on where you come from, alam mo yun, kung ano pinagdaanan mo, and all that. So,
correct.
ayun, ang dami kong mga reflections na ganun.
Might I just add on that quickly, because when Chency mentioned that the director is Catholic, I was like, okay, now a lot of the references made sense, especially about the crow, like, yung kakadul-dul-do 3 times because diba in the Bible parang sabi ni Jesus kay Peter, you will deny me 3 times before the crow
at the
rooster yun diba words natin
when the crow at the third call of the rooster
Squawk.
Of the rooster.
The third
correct,
call
bakit
of
crow?
the rooster.
Correct.
Nakakatakot yung parang
yung crow na nandun sa ganjang na jar. Sorry, mali.
Na nagkakadoodle-do, parang medyo, that in itself is disturbing enough.
Correct. Pero yun yung faith ko, bakit nyo kina-question?
Ay, sorry naman. Oo, na naniniwala ka sa crowing crow.
Tama ka.
Kakadoodling crow. Grabe.
Tsaka meron pa.
Grabe,
what
a twist.
There was also an image of a goat's head. Kasi diba Satan parang
yes. So good to point it out. Actually at the very start of the film pa lang kasi parang 'di ba parang may meron ng what you call this phrase from the Bible na nilabas at the very beginning and yung phrase yun in-echo ulit nung sa dulo when lumabas na yung demon, 'di ba? So parang talagang sobrang lakas ng talaga ng biblical, like, spiritual allusions sa film. The references, sobrang, tsaka, the thing is, halo-halo siya Hindi lang siya Catholic Like, it's Catholicism and shamanism. And I'm sure, like, I saw somewhere na parang, may Indian divination na siyang ginawa at a certain degree. Parang may ganun pang. So, it's really like a mix of many, many spiritual rituals all in this one film. And then the amazing thing is, it makes sense. It works. But I guess before we get into that, like, I mean, mukha namang nag-enjoy tayong tatlo. And a lot of what they did talaga is very, very effective. Siguro I'll, wrap up this part lang na I super enjoyed it as well. And talagang pumalakpak ako, pero sabi ko, pero confused ako parang ang saya. But, what the fuck did I just watch? Parang, hindi ko maintindihan kung anong nangyari. Pero I mean nga parang same as what Pia said. And, I mean, tayong tatlo, obviously, ito talaga yung tipong kinds of films that we really like. It really brings out conversation. I'm sure if we saw this together, which was actually our intention, hindi nga lang siya nangyari because of many, many factors. But, had we been together when we saw this, I'm sure it would have been hours of just talking. Nakapag-podcast na tayo nung gabing yun. Sure ako dyan. Nakapag-record na tayo. Kasi
na mga 3 hours long.
Yes. Or more pa, I think, with alcohol involved. Kasi talagang it really brings that out. And dun mo makikita yung masterfulness in storytelling talaga ng director na to. Like, I mean, this is a director's film. Yun lang. As in talagang, it's just so amazing. So, which brings me to why we feel like this film is very effective. You know, as we have discussed earlier, and I'm sure as the listeners have already deduced, this is not your usual horror flick. So, ano for you guys ang elements ng film na to that makes it unlike any of the horror films that you've seen, like outside of Korean cinema? And bakit sobrang effective talaga nito for you?
I love that for the most part it was really just showing and not telling. Wala siyang part na biglang inexplain nila sa atin na ito kasi devil siya. Tapos ganito. Alam mo 'yon, walang ganun
Yes.
And then you don't need that explanation because the showing during the whole film was more than enough. Like walang scene na walang ginawa para sa build-up ng story. As in, every scene was there for a specific purpose and they all just really piled on top of each other perfectly to give the ending that I think na sobrang ang galing. Kasi nabasa ko sa YouTube, nabasa ko sa Reddit, madami palang mga deleted scenes. Like there was another supposed ending na dinelete and another scene in the middle na dinelete. Okay, very great choices na tinanggal yung mga scenes na yun kasi ito na siya as it is. So, yun yung sa akin yung pinaka-favorite part ko of this whole film.
How about you, Mon?
Not just that kind of showing. Ako, sobrang love ko na ayun na, ando na yung zombie-like thing. Like, early on nakita na natin yung flesh-eating person. At lumapit siya. Hindi siya, I guess in normal films, parang patikim lang siya na susulpot, tas wala na. Tas later na lang yung grand reveal na ito pala yung itsura niya. Ito, early on, may visual ka na of like that demon, of that demon in diapers attacking you. Na, harapan pa, as in,
grabe
straight
yun.
to your face. So parang, okay. Walang taguan, basically.
Yes.
And that set a feeling na parang eto na yon. Walang gulatan. Parang kung ano man yung ipapakita ko, ito na yon.
Ito na yun.
So parang,
correct.
So parang, na curious ako, actually, when we first saw that. Yung dun sa guy, diba, yung nahulog siya. Yung first time nga makita yung flesh-eating thing. So parang, shit, ito pala itsura niya. So, na-curious tuloy ako, shit, kung ito na nakakatakot na yung reveal, paano pa later? I mean, alam mo yun, how are they gonna build up from this? And I feel like they were able to do it naman din.
Yes.
Habang tumatagal. Hanggang sa matapos nga yung pelikula. And then, I also like that the characters, first, there are Easter eggs. Siguro yung pinaka-favorite ko, when they were rummaging through the hut of the Japanese guy. They opened the box and then there was a kabuki mask.
Yes!
And then, that's already, I don't know, I'm sure, of course, it's intentional na para, theater. So this is a theatrics. So this guy is hiding something. Alam mo yun? So parang,
nice take.
Okay, I got it. Okay. So that was one of my favorite Easter eggs. And then gusto ko rin na, well, fairly common naman din siya, I guess, in horror films. Kasi the main guy, hindi siya yung smartest person in the block. Alam mo yun?
Yun nga, bumbling policeman nga siya.
Oo. Medyo tatanga-tanga din siya eh.
Exactly.
Alam mo yun?
Oo.
So, common naman siya, I feel, sa horror films. So, parang basically, you can get possessed or alam mo yun, you can get chosen by a spirit
Mm. Mm-mm.
na random kasi gano'n
Mm-mm.
naman din talaga, 'di ba, sa mga
Yes.
possessions and stuff.
Oo.
Pero gusto ko na naipakita talaga yung development niya as a character. Grabe yung shift na, kasi even until the end, parang hindi pa rin siya yung naging smartest, naging wisest. Parang he still ended up dying because he didn't give up on what he only believes in.
With
And
his
that
very
is his,
limited understanding of the world.
oo. And that is his daughter, na whatever happens, kahit na andun na, duguan na yung bata na may, alam mo yon, na may panaksak at mamamatay na siya, atakihin na siya. At the end of the
Correct.
day, anak pa rin niya yon at yun lang yung gusto niyang piliin or alam mo yon, na yun. So parang medyo naiyak ako doon, and at the same time, parang, wow, this is like a great character to have, to see. Ayun.
As in, I mean, I super duper love the character din. And really kudos to the actor talaga. Kasi parang from the get-go, parang as in he really made that bumbling policeman character very lovable. And I think from the start, parang gusto mo na siyang suportahan through that journey.
Correct.
And I think dito papasok din yung parang one of the things that I also love about it. Na parang, it didn't try to be horror. Alam mo yun? Like, na-mention natin kanina na may comedy siya. Like, the first half really was just very comedic. May points talaga na sabi ko, hindi ko na maintindihan talaga itong pinapanood ko. Parang like, bakit may natatamaan ng kidlat? Alam mo yun?
Actually.
That's parang, may pangatlong beses na niyang gumugulong sa bundok. Parang ano ba ito? Meron pa siyang balance problem. Pero parang, alam mo yun, and when the thing is, sorry, nakaganto na ako kasi medyo nasa-stress na ako sa pelikula to. But the thing is, those moments of comedy, really, parang, it's, yes, it is like a break from all the tension. Sinabi rin ng director actually na yun din yung intention niya for doing it. But it kind of gives you this really super unsettling feeling na hindi mo alam kung ano yung mangyayari after. Kasi you're just being given so much to react to. Parang like, natakot ba ako? Matatawa ba ako? Parang yung mga ganung pelikula na they kind of hinahalo-halo niya, but it doesn't work. But this one talaga, it does work. And kasi the comedy kind of leads the characters to the end eh. Parang may ganun. And then going back to that feeling of unsettling talaga, yun talaga yung nagdala sa akin sa pelikula na to. Partida, this film is actually very long. This is actually 2 hours.
It is.
30 minutes. So this is pretty long.
It didn't feel like it.
It really didn't feel like it. As in talagang you are just hooked. And as Mon mentioned earlier, it doesn't really feel fast as well. Parang, as in, mabagal siya eh. Parang ini-ease in niya yung information. And maybe there's like also a lot of moments of quiet that you as an audience member, you're just forced to ponder on what you've seen. And it super helps na parang ang ganda rin kasi ng setting nila, Goksong. So you can see like so many of these like parang provincial vistas and stuff. And then may horror. Alam mo yung parang like, putang ina ano nangyayari. So, as in, talagang yun yung nafe-feel ko. So, and then
sa comedy, sorry.
Hindi, go ahead.
Quickly lang, dun sa comedy, kasi parang yung isang part talaga na, ano nangyayari? Yung parang minute lang niya yung mga kabarkada niya, tapos uminom siya makbuli. Na parang, guys, may papatayin tayo. Tapos sila naman, tara!
Tapos naging mob na sila.
Oo, diba?
Sabaw, okay.
Sobrang sabaw. Honestly, parang may mga points nga sa film na to na parang feeling mo naglolokohan lang tayo. Kasi parang medyo comedic
yun nga.
ng slight, like even like the demon, doesn't look demonic. Parang medyo shake, rattle, and roll. Alam mo, may ganun siyang vibe.
Gets
Pero, alam mong, sure, the image isn't scary, pero the fucking battle is in your brain. Alam mo yun? The tension and the stress is all in your head. And I think that's where this film really brings it on another level. So, I'll go back lang real quick lang to, like, yung vista cinematography and that unsettling feeling. Kasi, one of the scenes talaga for me that really brought that in was when they were like running after the Japanese man, and then they went up the mountain, tapos umabot sila sa peak, and then there was this shot of him at the very edge of a cliff. Si Jonggu was at the very edge of the cliff, and then yung camera was above him. Tapos hindi ko alam kung ano
Oo.
ba, parang naka 0.5 ba yun? 0.5 talaga.
Point pa, Gen Z?
Wide lang
Gen
naman.
Z. Naka
Wide.
0.5 shot. Pero, as in
Wide
talagang
ang tawag
sobrang
doon.
feeling ko ako yung nandun looking down. And that's a feeling I haven't felt watching a film yet. And
Yung
sobrang
bigla kang
talagang,
natakot. Yung
natakot
akala
talaga
mo
ako.
mahuhulog ka rin.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Akala ko mahuhulog ako, as in, parang sobrang wild nung shot na yun for me. And, tas biglang cut to, makikita mo na si The Jap nandun lang sa gilid ng mountain, nakakapit siyang
Correct.
ganun. Parang,
Correct.
Na alam mo, ang talino nun.
Mm-mm.
Kasi parang ang talino nun na ganun siya nagtago. Diba?
Oo.
Kasi ba, hindi wala ka talaga view. And then when he fell,
Oo.
yung alam niya na kailangan niya lang dumikit sa bato.
Correct.
Kasi hindi siya masisilip. I thought that was wise.
Oo.
And speaking of that scene, gusto ko lang din, kasi parang in this film, your question kasi kung sino talaga yung villain.
Yes.
And then yung point na yun, kasi nung nahulog siya, and then he was
Mm-mm.
trying to not scream in pain. Because when he fell,
Mm-mm.
he obviously injured himself.
Mm.
Yeah.
He was in pain, and then ang ganda ng acting na yun na pinipigilan niyang hindi sumigaw in
Yeah.
pain.
Oo.
Yeah.
So parang suddenly naawa ako kasi by that time,
Yes.
I had doubts na eh. Alam mo yun?
Correct.
Kapag ganun-ganun ako eh. Na parang si
Correct.
girl ba yung
Mm-mm.
bad guy or si
Oo.
Jap? Ganun-ganun.
Oo.
Pero nung
Mm-mm.
in-insert nila yung umiiyak siya in pain,
Mm-mm.
oh no! As in, awang-awa ako sa kanya. And then,
Yes.
I was so determined na, nope, he's not the villain. It's the girl.
Mm-mm.
And then, putang ina, mali ako.
Pero dun din, adding to that scene as well, like, I love how, parang, just now, let's listening to this conversation, na parang, ang galing din, like, the morality aspect on this film that was shown, the fact na, usually kasi kapag medyo chaotic na yung mga nangyayari sa isang pelikula, all morals are thrown out the door. Parang ganon.
Oo.
Ito, parang nung pinatay nila yung Japanese, parang 'di ba the girl who's supposed to be like the diwata of the town, like the
village
Jesus-like
deity.
Oo. Parang she was like saying na parang, basta meron siyang sinabi na line na parang sort of hindi na pwede, mali na yon. Parang ganon eh. Na parang you shouldn't be, parang clear pa rin yung morals na hindi ka pa rin dapat magpatay. There's a way of like overcoming evil but not that way. Parang ganon. So I just love how it's still really, the morality is still there, which is not something common if you're in a very chaotic place. Parang ganon sa mga pelikula. Usually forgivable na yun. Patayin mo na yan. Gago siya eh. Diba? And okay lang yun as a viewer. Pero parang meron ditong na hindi, mali pa rin yung ginawa nila. May ganon. So, I love that.
In all fairness, may nag-mention nga na parang all the killing in this film is done off camera. Parang you don't really see anyone being stabbed or killed. So, parang, I mean, I guess siguro kasi if you see all that gore, alam mo yun, right in front of you, yung mga saksakan, parang, it adds to that fear, pero parang like the fear is in your head lang. Parang feel ko on that end na yes, I appreciate din the fact na wala silang ganon kasi parang, if they're following that thread nga of morality that killing is not good, parang maybe that is a reason. But at the same time, the killing is just playing in your head. Parang kumbaga mas malakas ang imagination ng tao kaysa sa magagawa ng isang director. Parang ganun.
Can we talk about the little girl? She's so
Yes!
fantastic.
She is. What
As
an
in, parang,
amazing girl.
Ang galing ng contrast niya from lovable kid to biglang yung nag-turn. As in, parang, wow. And that hospital scene, yung parang distorted siya.
Yeah! Oh my God, kinikilabutan ako.
Girl! As in, parang, grabe. As in, iniisip ko talaga, paano kaya siya dinirect? Ano yung sinabi sa kanya for her to be able to do this? Because there were so many adult themes involved in this movie.
Correct.
So, how do you do that with preserving her innocence? Because I'm sure you're supposed to.
Actually, tinanong sa director yan. Parang, do you fear that you've actually traumatized your child actress? Ang sabi naman niya, we were very careful when it comes to like dealing with her. Like, her mom actually is the one who reads the script. And then, saka lang niya binabato sa anak niya. So, I guess she's being fed the lines na. Baka siguro like at least parang hindi na niya mabasa lahat, maybe. Like, focus na lang siya on her scenes. And then, at the same time, parang, with like parental supervision, her parents are always there. And ang sabi ng director na parang they would always treat her as professionally as possible. Parang ganun.
Okay.
So they really took care of her. Kasi nga, traumatizing talaga yun, no, Hilu.
Sobra.
Diyos ko,
That's true.
kakaloka.
Ang ganda, balikan ko lang yung hospital. Ang galing kasi
Yeah.
parang ang dami nilang, they had like they preempted, sort of kind of preempted what could have happened to her in the hospital kasi before that, another victim, another possessed person actually
Yes.
died.
Oo.
Basta yun yung...
Panoorin nyo si
nag-
Mon para
Oo.
magets nyo.
Go, Mon! Pakita mo
Yun!
ulit!
Yung nag-contort siya.
Paputukin mo
Tapos
yung buto
biglang
mo sa
may
leeg.
buto na lumabas.
Mm.
So, parang sobrang nakakatakot. Takot na takot ako nung eksenang yun. Kasi parang, shit, any moment, magbo-break din ba siya? Parang
Yeah.
gano'n.
Oo,
So, parang,
oo.
galing.
Oo. God, nakakaloka. Okay.
Stress.
Nakaka-stress siya, and I'm sure like there's so many things that we can like really dive into when it comes to like yung mga elements. But I want to really zone in on the director's intention as to why he did this film. So he made this nga, as I've mentioned, because of nga the deaths that surrounded him during a time of his life. What are your thoughts on how death and misfortune are portrayed in this film? Sige, I can start. Parang yung sa akin, parang I didn't know na yung intention niya, honestly, until I've read up on it. Kasi parang for me, kasi yung lumilitaw kasi talaga ng mga themes is belief and like, alam mo yun. Pero I didn't think that he would be coming from that angle of things. Kasi parang in my head, when you go through like through grief and yun nga, especially since in his case, it's like people very close to him, parang you'd kind of approach it in parang light manner. Hindi man light, pero parang like, kumbaga parang hopeful manner. Alam mo yun?
Oo,
Pero parang
oo.
like, this film was just like quite the opposite of it. And I think yun yung pinakatanong ko as to why talaga. Bakit ito yung expression mo of your grief? Like, ang na-mention naman niya is parang when he was dealing with the deaths, parang he asked nga parang bakit sila? Why them? Because like these people are in his life died traumatically, alam mo yun. So parang biglaan. So parang bakit sila? Of all the people in the world, why them? And parang nakikita ko naman na yun yung tinatry niya ring i-portray. And especially with all the like religious inserts nga na nangyari. Na parang like death just comes. And end of the day, they go. And you're just dead. Parang yun lang talaga. It's very sad. But at the same time, if you're coming from, ano ba yung ganong klaseng like belief in death? Like, is it Buddhism? Anong philosophy yun? Na parang, alam mo yun, parang you just let it go. Parang may ganoon akong nafe-feel. Although, in a very traumatizing manner through this film. Yeah.
Ako, kung sasakyan ko yung sinasabi mo, because it's my first time knowing na parang yun pala yung intention niya. Kasi ibang direction yung pinuntahan ko because of Exuma. Pero
Oo.
Same.
one of the scenes na sobrang tumatak sa akin dito, nung tinanong niya yung shaman habang nakasuot siya nung bahag niya. 'Di ba parang tinanong niya na parang bakit siya? Like why my daughter? Tapos parang ang sabi lang niya is that tama ba? Yun ba yung shaman ba yung kausap niya noon? Anyway, basta there was a scene na parang tinanong niya na why my daughter? And then
Tama
walang
ka, yung
pinipili.
shaman.
Walang
Oo,
pinipili.
walang pinipili.
Just so happens na yun. Na parang feeling ko, maybe that would be also how he is trying to come to terms with the deaths that happened to his life. Because it doesn't choose anybody. It just so happens na siya. Napadaan siya. Walang reason. Parang ganon. And with that thought, parang naisip ko, maybe that's why everything became so gruesome and so because that's really how terrorizing and how really frustrating it would be. Not frustrating, but that's just how deep the grief could be, that it feels like you're terrorized. Siguro. So parang yun yung approach niya if we're going with that train of thought.
And also on grief, parang ang na-feel ko naman din, parang, merong klaseng grief kasi na parang naghahanap ka lang ng answers or ng reasons kung bakit nangyari ito. Parang desperate ka na magkaroon ng saysay kung bakit nangyari ito. And kung ano-ano yung pinapasukan mo just to understand. And I saw kasi dun sa ating lead guy na like it started with, oh, it's nothing. And then yun yung pumayag siya, okay, let's bring a shaman in hanggang sa mas deeper na yung nung kini-question na niya na si female ghost nga na parang, totoo ka ba talaga or whatever. Parang yung mga tanong na yun, when those things were happening, it felt so loaded na parang desperation to make sense of what
Literally
happened.
the words that are like swimming in my head, desperation.
Oo. Parang, yun, kailangan lang ng sagot. So kahit na, I mean, grief, it can hit you. So kahit na, I mean, if you think about it, I'm sure spiritually these things are real. These can happen. Depende na lang din sa tao. You can also choose to believe that these things don't happen. Na it's nothing, parang. Pero, pipiliin mo na nangyayari talaga yon kasi desperado ka na magkaroon lang ng sagot. Something, anything to figure out why it's happening. Why it was happening to his daughter. That yung Eskinita scene in the dark, yun nga yung sa Rooster Crow. Ang lala nun kasi parang it's making him choose. It almost felt like it's making him choose kung ano yung paniniwalaan mo. Parang ganon. So, ang bigat niya, I mean, now that, yun nga, hearing nga na ito yung intention ng director, I'm pretty sure the devastation made him think or made him have to choose kung ano yung pipiliin niyang truth sa anong nangyari. Parang ganon.
Exactly.
So, ang
And
ganda.
ang ganda na parang, yun nga, parang like, when that happened, kasi he like started consulting like, yun nga, many, like people from different like religious sects, or like yung Catholicism, priests and all that. And then you can see it din sa film, yun nga yung, exactly yung questioning ng ganun, na parang like, ano ang gagawin ko? And that desperation was also really shown on film kasi he didn't just ask the shaman. He also actually went to a priest. And then, the priest...
Even doctors.
And even the doctors. Ganda. Oo nga, parang may ganun din. Na parang science. What does science say? What does Catholicism say? What does like, I guess, shamanism or the other like spiritual sect say? And then, parang, at the end of the day, he just had to choose. And going back to what we talked about earlier, na para end of the day, he just chose his daughter. Parang wala na siyang ibang piniling pinaniwalaan. Na on another end, I feel like parang baka folly din yun of being human. Na parang you're already being advised by so many, but then yung love and parang pull ng tao na lang sa'yo, yun yung point of judgment mo. And nothing else. Parang ganun. And the times of like deep grief nga, baka ganun din, baka yun talaga yung nafe-feel. Alam mo yun, you're just, that's the thing that is most alive. Where there is grief, there is love, I guess. Parang ganun.
Kasi, tapos ang hirap pa kasi dahil parang supposedly, the lady in white nga, siya yung tumutulong.
Yeah.
Parang here comes a character na, okay, kung ang hirap din siyang paniwalaan kasi questionable character rin siya. Alam mo yun? Like, she came out of nowhere. Grabe, ang creepy nun. Sobrang na-realize ko, yun yung isa sa mga pinaka-nakakatakot na eksena kasi she was revealed, yung random nagtatapon lang siya ng bato.
Yes, casting a stone.
Yeah. Another
Because
biblical.
she is without sin.
Yeah.
I didn't think
lesson.
that. Pero, ang random and also creepy.
Correct.
Kasi parang you think na siya lang yung town baliw or something.
Exactly.
Pero,
Yeah.
so it's not a character na madaling paniwalaan. So talagang matetest yung faith mo kung sinong paniniwalaan mo.
Which is also like really the core of like belief and religion and like your faith. Parang that's one thing na I think for my experience, like for Catholicism, like they love that you question. At least that's what the Jesuits taught us, diba?
Yeah.
Kasama yun eh. Kasi kapag hindi ka nag-question, wala kang foundation, wala kang talagang totoong relationship. So I guess that comes with the whole desperation, with the whole grief. Nasi-shake kasi lahat ng mga pillars na bumuo sa'yo ng pagkatao mo eh. And what will you believe in? What is real? And what is real sa kanya? Yung totoong tao na anak niya.
Correct.
Hindi naman real tong babae, hindi naman real tong shaman or yung devil. So parang it's something I guess that a lot of people go through as well. And wow, ang galing na present niya that way.
Yeah.
Can I just share? Gusto ko lang i-mention kasi since you mentioned nga what is real, and it's so very interesting that they started and ended this film with that quote nga from the Bible. So ang sabi sa Biblia ay misa pala to.
Basa!
Misa pala ito. Okay.
Alien!
Oh my God, Halluwa. We just aged
Grabe,
ourselves.
nakaka-relate siya ng mga Sarangbaes. Hi. Mga kaedara namin.
Kailangan nyo nang magpa-check ng BP kung
Correct.
nakaka-relate kayo.
Oo. Na masyadong kumain ng sugar. Alam na natin. Mga diabetes.
Salty food is a no-no.
Correct. Anyway, ang ganda lang na nga na you mentioned nga, like, what is real? Because, yun nga, yung quote from the Bible says, "Why are you troubled and why do doubts rise in your mind? Look at my hands and feet. It is myself. Touch me and see me." So, parang like, meron lang call
my
talaga to like,
gosh.
you know, to like, for that reality of it. Na, hindi ko pa masyadong ma-wrap yung head ko around it. But what you just said, really like, sobrang connected with this quote that book-ended this fantastic
Oh my
movie that we
God.
have.
And in that dark alleyway, she did touch.
They did touch.
Yes, they did.
She
Kinilabutan
touched
ako.
him.
Oo.
With her grayish hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Na nagulat din ako kasi parang normally,
Hindi pwede
Wala.
ganun. Diba?
Oo. Exactly.
oh.
Diba? Sobrang wild. I also siguro like to connect that to the camera use. Diba? Parang what is real? Is the camera real? Alam mo yun? Are the photos real? Diba?
Yeah.
Diba? Parang may ganun ding angle. Like,
Oh, gusto mo yung may dark room pa siya dun sa ano niya, little
Correct.
house.
Correct. Diba?
nagsasabi
Ang
siya ng
galing na
photos.
meron siyang ano.
Photographer pala siya.
Oo.
Ay, nakakaloka yun. Galing, kakatuwa. Okay.
Wow.
I have one last
You know
question
what?
for you,
Kasi
girls.
photos,
Sige, go.
having evidence
Mm-mm.
like that makes it real. Wala lang.
Mm.
Naisip ko lang.
Totoo.
Especially
Kaya
in that
may
age na wala
photo.
pa siyang manipulation. Right? Like what we have
Oh.
now. Alam mo yan, itong mga AI. So, it is. It is real. Mm-mm.
No other
I think
physical,
I'll recommend this film for Holy Week watching in church.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, yung sinaisip ko na,
Sure.
ito. Tapos may stigmata pa. Nakakaloka
Oo,
yung
diba?
stigmata.
Oh my God.
Oo. Nakakaloka. Okay.
Go.
Sige. I have one last question for you. Na-mention natin kanina pa na parang yun nga, this film is intentionally ambiguous. Sobrang parang, and we love it. We love it for what it is. But, if there is one part of the film that you want like some form of clarity in, dahil nga, yun nga, confusing siya na masarap. Alam mo yun. Pero kung meron lang isang bagay na gusto mo ng clarity in, parts of film na gusto mo ng clarity in, which would it be?
Ako, mayroon akong tanong. Hindi ko alam kung hindi ko lang nahuli, pero yung si Young Priest,
Oo.
hindi ko nakita kung bakit suddenly he had an idea that the Japanese guy is the devil. Like,
Oo nga.
parang bigla na lang, parang meron lang siyang look. And then,
Nagdadasal ba siya bago siya lumabas?
parang
Or
he was in
totoo ba yung
church.
priest?
I kind of remember he was, like, there was
He
a
was at
church scene. Oo.
Nasa,
Oo.
nagdadasal nga siya nun.
Parang the closest I could think of is, I guess, him being a, what do you call that? He's a young
Deacon.
deacon. Because he's in tune with studying. Diba? Nasa process siya of studying the faith and stuff. Dun lang niya na process. Siguro na meron siyang hinala at gusto
Mm.
niyang i-check yung hinala niya or something. Pero parang hindi ko pa rin nahuli. Parang doon ako medyo na onting, what happened? Parang ganun.
Yung na-confuse ako kasi parang, di ba they came to him because, okay, kasi they see the Japanese guy as the one who was hexing people lang. But they didn't specifically say na he is the demon.
Oo. Alam
Parang
lang nilang
kumbaga,
masama
sinabi
siya.
lang nilang evil siya. Pero never
Oo.
na-mention na he is the Catholic demonic
Oo.
ano
The
to?
ultimate.
The ultimate.
The final
Oo.
boss.
Oo.
But he turned into a demon.
No, but when- I mean,
Pero,
sa start.
sa end. Pero yung sa start, hindi nila alam. Like, when they came in.
Oo.
Yun yung question lang ni Trency.
Oo. Ang sinabi lang nung shaman is, he is a great evil. Parang he is a demon, yes, but a great evil. But, I guess what you're saying is, kasi pumunta, ang intention sa akin for the deacon is, he came there, kasi he just wants to confirm. Kumbaga may judgment na siya.
Pero hindi ko kasi nakita or baka hindi ko lang nahuli yung biglang yung cause ng realization na yon. Tapos lalo na siya yung kinagat ng zombie.
Correct.
So parang,
Oo
alam mo
nga.
yon, parang injured siya. Hindi ko alam
Oo.
kung
Baka ano na siya, kumbaga parang influenced na siya by, kumbaga yung understanding niya of him being a demon is already influenced by his belief na. Kasi Catholic siya so automatic if may evil, demon yun.
Oo.
Baka
That
pwedeng
makes
ganun.
sense.
But, which is why this is the part of the film that you need clarity in. So, kung nakikinig ka, na Hong Jin, hello, email us.
maybe he can help us.
Oo.
Anong part yon? Meron bang
correct.
nagpakita sa kanya? Meron ba siyang narinig? Speaking in tongues? Let us know.
Oo. Ako
True.
yung akin, I'll start with mine. Yung part na nga na nahulog siya from the cliff, si the Jap. And then he started crying. I mean, he started crying in pain. Why is he crying in desperation when he is the devil? I got so confused by that. Kasi yun nga, parang dahil dun sa scene na yun, parang maawa ka sa kanya. And then you realize after na parang, oh, he's not a man. He's
can't
actually a
die.
demon.
Oo.
So, and then, yeah,
Pero
na-mention na nga
kasi
ni White Lady
nakaano
na.
siya.
Mm-mm.
Kasi yung time na yun, di ba parang yung usap nila ni Deacon, parang what's your true form?
Oo.
Eh yung form niya at that moment is human. So, as human, nakakaramdam siya ng human things. Kaya siya nasasaktan.
Hindi, pero yung point ko is yung pain kasi hindi lang physical pain yung nakikita ko from the face. Or baka like observation ko na lang siya. Na parang like, yung pain is also like pain of like, why are they running after me? Parang may ganun ako kasing nakuha
Maybe
from
it's
that.
Nag-cheat.
Maybe it's a commentary also because you know how in Catholics, ang palaging tinuturo sa atin, ang devil, mga trickster yan.
Di
Oo
ba?
nga,
gusto
yun nga
lang
malaking
tayong
factor
i-trick.
yun eh. Yeah,
Oo.
parang malaki din yung factor na nakita ko dun sa madaming ano. Tas may cheat din kasi ako since, yun nga, nabasa ko yung alternate ending, na yung alternate ending is like, wala, they'll just move on to the next town and terrorize another set of people.
Correct.
So parang yun, kaya syempre yung tinanong siya like, why are you here? Tas hindi niya sasabihin. Kasi alam nga naman sabihin niya, nandito ako to terrorize you because I'm the devil to terrorize you. Diba?
Nako, exuma na yon.
Oo, exuma na yun.
Kasi yun nga, parang they
spoon
take
feeding.
like so many shapes and forms. Parang ganun.
Correct. Oo nga. Alam mo, honestly,
And
which
they
is why
have
that
minions.
ending, I'm so glad they didn't do it.
Yeah,
Like, I am
true.
so glad na it ended up in the cutting room floor. Kasi that would have
Exactly.
ruined that unsettling, ambiguous kind of feeling that you have throughout the film.
Correct, correct.
How about you, Pia?
True.
Actually, wala naman. Yung biggest question ko lang talaga, meron din kaya kayong mga kaibigan na pwede nyo lang tawagan? Guys, papatay tayo ngayong umaga.
Uy, kayo yun. I'm
Uy,
sorry,
wala
pero
akong
kayo yun.
kaibigang pulis eh.
Kaya lang wala ako. Pero Monica, ikaw magpa-provide ng gamit.
Oo.
Kasi wala akong mapaprovide
Kailangan ko
na
lang ng
shovel.
tao.
O sige.
Kailangan
Warm
ko
body.
ng manpower.
Okay.
Oo.
Uy, ako malapit ako sa Wailcome. Maraming shovel
Pwede ka
doon.
kumuha ng rake.
Rake. Tsaka kunyari, electric drill. Diba? Para fun.
Wow.
Walang barel, pero may electric
Ibang
drill.
violence na pala to.
Okay. Pero so true. Pero magmamakguli muna tayo. Kita mo tayo sa
Oo,
isang
kailangan.
Korean barbecue place. Tapos
Oo,
saka tayo
shot
pumunta.
muna.
Tama.
Sakto. Ay, naku, Monica, dapat hindi nyo mo muna binenta yung ano mo. Di ba may pickup truck ka?
Meron pa.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay.
Okay. We're ready to go. Ready to go. Okay. So, sa mga demonyo, sorry, wala. Ayoko sabihin. Pero sa mga,
Ano tinatawag
sa mga
mo? Oh my God.
ill-intending, ayoko magtawag. Okay, wag na. Erase.
To the real demons of this
Hindi
earth.
ako nagtatawag.
These evil human beings.
Yes, sa mga
Sumanda
evil
kayo.
human beings na nakikinig sa amin ngayon, pag may makita na kayo na green ba yung truck mo? Blue. Pag may makita na kayong blue na truck, kami yun.
Maganda ka. At amoy makguli yung mga babae. Ayun na.
Mga lasing. Nakakaloka. Okay. Sige, to wrap up this actually funny and scary and insightful conversation, pretty much like the film. Any last thoughts
correct.
on the film? Any last thoughts that you want to share with our Sarangbaes out there?
I love it that we're talking about it right now kasi sobrang daming insights talaga from this film. And yun yung mga film na kung napapansin din ng Sarangbaes natin, yun yung mga nagugustuhan nating tatlo lagi na malaging after the film, ang dami pang lumalabas and ang dami pang realizations and I'm sure it's not gonna end today. So to our Sarangbaes, i-share nyo naman to sa mga kakilala nyong nanood na or mga gusto pang makipag-usap about this kasi dami pa kaming theories. Tara, usap tayo.
Yeah.
Correct. Ako, ang thoughts ko lang, I'm so glad this film is good. Kasi may kasalanan ko hindi eh.
My God,
Hindi ka namin sasamahan yan kung hindi ito maganda.
Yun yun
Alam
ako
mo, buti na lang
paniniwalaan.
hindi to Love Next Door. Kasi ikaw na nagsabi na manood ng Love Next
I
Door.
know. Diba ako nga nagpumilit na, uy,
Wag na.
pivot tayo.
Oo,
Alam mo ba?
buti na lang
Message ko
pumivot
si
tayo.
Pia. Kasi si Pia yung nanonood ng culinary class wars, tapos pinapanood mo pa yung Love Next Door. Pia, gusto ko nang palitan to, pero ayoko i-spoil ikaw kasi. Tama bang gagawin ko? Ipipivot ko na to. Magsasalita na ako sa chat group. Tapos pumayag naman si Pia. So,
Thank
ayun.
God. And I was actually very happy about it. Just Love Next Door. Okay. Ako siguro final thoughts on this film. Thank you, Mon. At nag-pivot ka. Hindi ka pivot.
No, ito nanindigan
Ito
siya dito.
nanindigan pala siya dito. And I think yes, jump scares are so much fun. Those kind of movies that, yung nagtatakutan talaga kayo. Pero I mean, these kinds of films din na mas malaman, alam mo yun, this is really something that we should really try to get into. So, sa mga Sarangbaes din na nakinig at hindi pa nakakapanood, pero interesado ng manood dahil sa conversation namin na to, I say, go, do it. And once you're done watching it, pakinggan nyo ulit tong episode na to. Tapos, message nyo kami para mapag-usapan tayo more. Yes, because the Wailing made us wail! Wail!
Well, kakadoodle-doo! Said the crow!
Said the crow. Of course, hindi matatapos ang aming episode kung hindi kami mag-game. So, sa mga Sarangbaes dyan, itong game na to ay, obviously, pwede kayong makasali. So, let's begin! Super simple lang ng game natin na to, okay? Sa mga followers namin, alam niyo naman, pati kami naglalaro ng Screaming and Silence, okay? For this game, walang screaming na mangyayari. At wala rin silence. Huh?
Wala yung silence.
But basically, you have to guess the mumu. Kasi ang pangalan ng game na to ay Name That Mumu!
Mumu!
Okay. So basically, we will split up into 3 teams of 2. Okay? At ang intention ng game na to is paramihan ng mag-guess na character from a Hollywood or basta from a horror film. Okay? So, we've already given each other 10 names. Okay, na yun yung ipapaguess namin sa isa't isa. So, the teams will be Trency and Mon and Pia and Trency. Okay, so person A will be the one giving out the clues para mahulaan ni person B. Okay, so ang mga Sarangbaes namin dyan, kung nakikinig kayo, join in the fun. Makiguess na rin kayo sa game na to. I'm sure it's gonna be so much fun for you guys. Okay, wag lang kayo masyadong magwala. At sa mga nanonood sa amin on YouTube, magkakaroon po tayo ng mga facial expressions dito. So sa mga nakikinig lang sa amin, panoorin nyo na because it's gonna be fun. Okay? Like this movie. Okay. Alright. We will give each other 1 minute para mag-guess ng mga mumu. Okay. Sige. Simulan na natin. Simulan natin kay Mon to Pia. Okay. Team Mon,
I
Pia.
apologize in
Let's
advance.
go.
Wala akong kilala.
Okay. Ay, sorry. Gusto ko lang idagdag pala para lang clear na bawal sabihin yung name ng character, of course. Bawal sabihin yung name ng movie. And bawal sabihin yung any names of all the characters and yung mga actors. Okay. So, focus tayo sa itsura nung mumu talaga, itsura nung monster, expressions nung monster, mga ganon. Okay. Okay, are you girls ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Your timer starts now. 1 minute.
Okay, this is a classic. Literally a classic. Black and white, vampire. Mahaba ang nails.
Count
Medyo
Dracula.
masyado. Hindi, kaya mo
Mahabang
to.
nails? Si
Mahabang
Edward
nails.
Scissorhands?
Hindi. Okay, next na lang. Doll siya, redhead.
Chucky!
Okay. Clown. Tapos
Pennywise.
meron siyang, okay. Also a doll, pero babae.
Bride of Chucky?
Hindi. Tapos,
Annabelle?
ayun! Aba,
Oh my God!
Alam mo naman pala eh.
Galing siya sa well. Tapos, Japanese.
Sadako!
Okay. And then, yung outfit niya, stripes na suit, tas green yung hair niya. Tapos, medyo weirdo siya.
Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Ito may mask siya. Tapos, matangkad
The
siya na
Mask.
lalaki. And then, malaki yung panaksak niya. Meron siyang malaking kutsilyo. Tapos, puti.
The
Yung face.
Scream.
Okay.
So, Pia got 5. Tama ba? 5?
Wow,
May mga
that's a
kilala
lot.
pala ako.
Oo nga.
Dami ko palang kilala.
Thank you for explaining so well.
In fairness.
Kung
Okay,
student ka
kailangan
kasi,
mag-
syempre alam mo yan.
In fairness, pero ang galing na explanation.
Oo,
Love it.
tama.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright. So, Pia has 5. Galing.
Wow.
Okay. Tayo na, Pia.
Okay. Good luck sa atin, okay?
Okay.
Okay, game?
Alright.
And
let's go.
3, 2, start.
Nasa movie house, tapos nung gumagapang siya dun
Sa
sa mga
movie house?
nanonood.
Nasa movie house siya.
Ano siya, maliit siya. Hindi siya paganap na tao.
Gremlin.
Hindi.
Hindi siya gremlin. Troll.
Okay. Gumagapang. Pwede ko bang sabihin na
Sadako?
baby?
Oo, pwedeng baby.
Oh,
Pwedeng
baby.
Tiyanak?
Baby. Yes!
Tiyanak. Okay.
Okay. Next, ano siya? Babae siya. Tapos kayang mag 360 ng ulo niya.
Oh.
Ganon. Tapos kaya din niyang gumanon sa ceiling.
Oh my God. Sino to? Si Sadako to, di ba?
Hindi. Kaya niya.
Sa Exorcist siya, si Rose. Rosie?
Apat. Okay, sige, mag-next na lang tayo. Mga lumaki po sila sa farm. Madami sila.
McDonald?
Lumaki sila sa farm.
4, 3, mga baka? Wagyu?
Okay.
Ako atay walang alam! Shit!
Mapangit kasi ako mag-explain. Hindi ko alam kasi yung children of the corn. Mga lumaki sa farm. Ginugal ko lumaki daw sila sa farm.
Hirapan ako! Ang sakit! Bakit gano'n?
Kaya nag-apologize in advance. I'm so sorry.
Alam mo, in fairness, di ko rin masasagot. Pero like, na-imagine ko lang talaga yung thought process mo. Kasi naman, nasaan ba makikita ang corn? Diba?
Diba?
Eh, di sa farm.
Mas madami sila
naman.
Kasi children, hindi siya child.
Correct. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Whew. Okay, shit, I'm scared. Okay, go.
Okay.
Timer starts now.
Manikang ikakasal.
Huh?
Manika
Chucky's
siya.
bride.
Oh, okay.
Bride of Chucky.
Okay,
Oo.
okay. Itong character na to, nakakulong siya. Tapos, kumakain siyang tao. Kumakain siya ng puso or something. Kinakain niya yon.
Puso?
Oh, tapos,
Vampire?
yung actor na to, 6 minutes lang siya dito sa pelikula na to. Tapos, nanalo siya ng Academy Award.
Pangalan niya.
Mm-mm.
Silence of the Lambs guy.
Oo. Ano pangalan niya?
Fuck, anong pangalan niya?
Ano siya? AKA a conqueror. Conqueror. Name din to ng isang conqueror.
Oh my God, I'm forgetting
Okay.
his name now. Next. Baka
next.
maalala ko later.
Okay, ito yon. Okay, may puno, no? Yung puno na to, may puno sa kalsada. Tapos yung puno na to, marami ditong nakatirang mga
10 seconds.
maligno.
Tikbalang?
Oo. Hindi, pero may nakatayo sa ilalim ng puno. Lugar to. Okay, ito may lugar dito sa Green Hills.
Tapos na. 1 point. May lugar sa Green Hills. Pero gets ko kasi nandun siya. Madadaanan mo kapag dun ka dadaan sa may Gilmore.
Yung white lady!
Cabalete Drive.
Sa Green Hills.
Ano pala to? Babae sa Connecticut. ano to? White lady sa
Babae sa
Annapolis.
Annapolis.
White lady sa Annapolis. Okay, yun po ang ating game for today. Sana po natawa rin kayo kasi alam mo naman dito sa amin sa One to Sarang, no? Hindi kami naniniwala sa takutan. Doon tayo sa fun.
Sa comedy.
As cowards.
In fairness, si Pia ang nagwagi, Ang
Yo.
dami nun,
Mm-mm.
Good job.
Yo,
Fairness. Thanks,
fair.
Monica.
Pasalamat. Okay, so that is the episode for today. That is the Wailing. Fantastic, fantastic film. Once again, panoorin nyo sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood. Tapos balik kayo ulit dito sa amin pag naparod nyo na para mapakinggan kami ulit. Okay, at sa aming mga Sarangbaes na sinusundan kami from way back, salamat at sa pagtatangkilik sa amin. Thank you so much. Guys, follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you are enjoying then our content, oh my gosh, guys, we'd love your support. Please hit that follow button and give us 5-star reviews. Yes, 5 stars only on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Yung feedback nyo helps us really grow and brings more amazing content your way. So, sobrang thank you so much for really being with us, especially this Hallyuween. Happy Hallyuween, sabi pa nga in Korean. Thank you so much for being with us in this special Hallyuween episode. Gumawa, Chegoya, and Sarang hey!
Sarang hey!
Love you guys! Oh, woo!
Bye!
Okay.
Yes.
So may drums,
Yes.
'di ba? Ang shamanism. At the same time, dahil One to Sarang tayo, saan ba bumabalik ang One to Sarang? Kundi sa 17, 'di ba?
Correct.
So, ito ang tanong ko sa inyo. Kung may i-remix na song ang 17 na may shamanism drums, which song would it be? A shaman remix from 17.
Shaman remix.
Which would it be?
I think bagay siya sa LMF para ma-shaman away yung mga evil spirits na nag-plague dito sa kantang ito. Away.
Away. Oo. Ikaw mo.
Ako, ang sagot ko, Rock With You. Kasi, di ba yung kantang yun? Yugyugan. Di drums na siya.
Lumilipad pa yung mga
Dami shaman. Correct.
I think yes. So, imagine ko na yun na nangyayari.
Tapos yung shaman si Lido yun.
Correct.
Kailangan siya. He is the perfect drummer.
Correct.
Like, yung sa eksenang may drums dito sa The Wailing.
Oo.
Yes.
Wala. Dapat talaga si Lee Do Yun yun. Lee Do Yun
Could not.
and Lee Do Kyum. Balik tayo.
Ay, naisingit.
May singit.